Hey everyone, this is Big Man Murph. Today I'd like to share a quick how to play of SUMO, which is a new 2-player trick-taking card game. The game lasts a series of tricks or bouts where the lead player will choose one card from their hand and play it face up on the field. The second player must play a matching card of the same colour if they have one, otherwise they can play any card they wish. And after both cards have been played, you're going to determine who's won the trick. As a general rule, if the cards are the same colour, the highest card wins the trick. So the winner pushes the sumo wrestler towards their opponent by one step. They're also going to be the lead player for the next trick. And you're going to repeat this process until a winner is decided. So there are 5 main ways that a player can win the game. The first way is by winning a trick when your opponent is already on the edge of their dohyo. So in this example here, we see that player 2 has knocked out player 1. The second way to win is if you win the very last trick of the game, the last card being played. If you win it, your position in the dohyo doesn't matter. In this scenario, player 2 has won the game. The third way you can win is by playing a number 4 against a number 1 of the same colour. In this scenario, player 2 has won the game. The fourth way you can win is by playing a number 1 against a number 5 of the same colour. Player 2 has won the game. The fifth and final way to win is by playing a number 2 of a different colour than the lead player when you are on your edge of the dohyo. And it's important to remember that you can only do this if you do not have the colour card that they have led with. In this scenario, player 1 has won the game. So to set up the game, what you're going to do is you're going to set it up like you can see here. Sumo wrestler card on top of 2 arena cards, a player on either side. And you're going to show the sumo moves, the summary sheet, the quick reference face up. You're going to shuffle the deck. You're going to deal 8 cards to each player. And you're going to leave 4 cards out of the game to decide. So with this starting hand, in order to determine who goes first, you're going to each play a single card from your hand, face down. This card is going to determine who is the leading player. Colors don't matter, it's the highest value. If there's a tie, you're going to actually just do it again. And these cards actually stay in the arena before you take your first turn. As a little breakdown of the numbered cards that you can expect to find in this game, there's 4 suits numbered 1 to 5. So we're looking at a player's hand here. 5 is a strong card, but because he doesn't have the number 1 in pink, it's risky to play. So he's decided to lead with a 3 green. So the suit color is green. If the other player has a green card, they must play it. That's nice that he has the 5 and the 1, so there's some safety there, but it's almost wasted here. So he's going to win this trick. He's going to push the opponent back by 1 step. And now he's going to decide what card to lead with on the next trick. So we're going with 4 pink. The opponent's going to play a 5 pink to push him back to the center. And now player 2 is lead player. So they're going to decide what card they're going to lead this with. So the 2 green here is a safe bet because they already know that the 3, 4 and 5 green have been played. And the 1, yep, the other player has it, so he must play it. So that has been pushing him back now. So player 1 is on the edge of their own dohyo. If they lose one more trick here, they're out of the game. Player 2, it's risky to play the 5 blue because we don't know about the 5-1. So the safe bet here is to go with the 3 pink, because 5 and 4 have already been played. Now it is possible the player 1 doesn't have a pink card, and if so they could play the number 2 and win, but they actually have a number 1 pink, so that has knocked them out of this game. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a quick reshuffle here. We're going to take all the cards back, we're going to shuffle them out, deal 8 cards to each player again, and reset the sumo wrestler into the center, and we're going to try determine who's going to be lead player in the second game here. It's always probably a good idea to tin out one suit color, just so if your opponent plays that suit as a lead, you can retaliate with a 2 if you're on the edge of your own dohyo. So yeah, they've gone with a high card, because becoming the lead player at the start of the game is very powerful. You are determining the narrative for the game. You're deciding what way it's going to be played. Both players are actually deciding to play their 5 here. So we're going to reveal these, and we're going to actually have to pick another card. And you're going to do this as many times as it takes to determine the initial lead player. The only exception to that rule is if you have played 7 cards to determine the lead and you only have 1 card left, you basically just do a rematch. So in this scenario here, player 2 is going to lead with, I was thinking about 4 green. It's going to save that for later. So going to lead with 3 green, and it's clever saving the 4 because it's still a high card. Player 1 thinking about tinning out their blues, but the 1 is also quite valuable. Less valuable because the 5 blues already been played. Okay, so this is going to be another tie. That's 2 trees. So we're going to go and do it one more time to determine lead player. I mean, it's tempting just to clear out one suit color here. So I think that's what they're going to do. And player 1 they're going to lead with 3 blue and hope that that's enough for them to take lead. So player 2 is going to start the first round of the game. So now there's a lot of cards already displayed face up, and this is very important. And actually look, the 5 and the 1 in brown, that's very powerful. So they can play the 5 and they can know that they're going to win because the other player can't play 1. It's basically an uncontested 5. Because you have the 5 and the 1, it's safe to do this. The only scenario that it's going to cause later on, which you're going to see, is if he decides to lead with a brown suit again, it just means that it's unlikely, well, it's not unlikely, it's 100% certain that the other player doesn't have a brown card to play. So, I think he's probably going to go with 4 green here and hope that the opponent has the 4 or has the 1 green. If he doesn't, that means that they can play anyone. And in this scenario, he doesn't, so he plays the 2 pink and he wins the game by being on the edge of his own dohyo. And that's it. So the one other thing to mention about this game is it does include these incredible little sumo sheets that you can play a tournament mode. You basically make your own character. You will battle it out. And there's actually a kind of a reference guide for how many victories you can get before. I think your player is eliminated if there's 3 defeats. So you're aiming to get as many victories as possible to get to the top of the tournament ladder. And that's it. It's a very, very, very good 2-player trick-taking game. It's simple to learn, but very tricky to master, as there's a lot more depth than what would first appear in this game. So I recently picked this up at the UK Games Expo from Bright Eyed Games. I was shocked to discover that there's actually no mention of this game on YouTube. So I've put this video together to showcase the rules, show off its contents, and even give some examples of what a playthrough is like of this game.